Well. What a day. Checking in here for an end of day review. Let's get things started. Looking at the pre-market profile on the screen here. Still have the drawings up from the last update intraday. Want to draw a few things to your attention. Number one, opening print came down, tested that 70-10 area. That's kind of the strongest balance from the jump. Got the stated pre-market potential trade up to the pre-market high. Could not break out. Could not hold the opening print. Came back down. Could not hold 71.10. Much like yesterday, we dipped down to yesterday's low. Got the initial bounce off of that kind of brief support. Couldn't get back over 71.10, except like yesterday, every subsequent bounce to try to get back up there higher failed, and we ended up drifting down to test that lower support, knowing that the only way to really break into that any deeper would be on some volatility. We didn't get it. Vol got sold. We got the relief bounce back up. Started probing around this balance area where you could see those arrows that were drawn, looking at like what are the potential pin positions on the day? Where do you need to hold to maybe pin higher? We kind of came back down closer to 70. Again, came back up through the range at the death there. Looked like we were going to maybe get a little end of day rally. Ended up rejecting again. Could not hold the 70-90 strike, which was negative. Thin positions below. Again, this is only going off the pre-market profile. Nothing about the intraday changes. Only talking about volatility, how we expect behavior at these strikes, and how those things interact. But the big thing today, I think, is showing just the immensity of these positions above and not being able to hold over 7100 and 7110 into the death, what that meant for where we were going to settle. Where is the strongest balance on the day? We got that volatility spike on the selling because of the lack of positioning here. It's only supportive due to time and spot above it. Every time we talk about shape of decay, where do we want to come down to? We sold down into this balance. It looked like we might be able to get that extension lower. Couldn't quite get there. Vol got sold off pretty aggressively right at the death, and we ended up coming back up to the top of this balance area here around 70. Called out a banger of a trade. Unfortunately, it was just in the Discord. Said I was taking the 75 puts, got in for literally 75 cents. And took those. I got trims off at 15, 23, and then held the last ones here into settlement and ended up getting a decent return on those last couple runners. Probably could have taken more off, but I got a little greedy looking for a dive a little bit deeper on some extended volatility that just didn't show up. But even then, mechanically, the expectation is if you don't get any deeper, you're probably going to settle back up to the top of that range. All signs were literally pointing to here around 70-ish into the close if you were not over 90. So really just a great lotto play on convexity. If we couldn't hold 90, and we're definitely not going to break over 110 and 7100, just from the pre-market profile, where would you expect to settle? Kind of at that 70 area that was earmarked very early in the day as a potential like strongest support to the downside. Got down here, absorbed some vol, came back up. Really just couldn't paint this day any better from the profile dynamics. Took the initial long high from 71.10 that I targeted on ES. Ended up catching a short as well, some two-way trading on the day. Just couldn't draw it up any better, guys. I mean, like, just the power of this stuff is crazy. And again, this is just going off of what was available from the pre-market profile. Not even looking at intraday positions, just using this to formulate the plan. Where are the risk spots? What are the behaviors? How does it look with volatility? And that's what you get. Great two-way trade opportunities, and all there from early this morning when we went live on the stream. Obviously was biased bullish, assuming we opened higher and could get back over that 7140 to unlock this upper part of the range. But you have to have a plan for what happens when those things don't come to fruition. And just could not be happier with the calls today. Really looking forward to the next stream. Not sure when I'll be scheduled, but something to keep an eye on. Probably Thursday is my guess, but really appreciate you guys tuning into this channel. checking us out on Project 365 on the Rake Trades Network. And if you're in the Discord and Rake Trades Premium, you know where to find me. So appreciate you. Hope you had a good day trading. Stay safe out there, and we'll check you tomorrow.